Good afternoon and welcome to a very, very sunny Radotín at the Aleš Hřebeský Memorial 2026. Watching the silver games between Pink Bubble Team and the Nepean Knights Alumni team. Both new teams coming into this tournament, so we're really excited to see what they can bring here. Pink Bubble Team, they're made up of players from Malasica and Yuzi Mesto, who were the MBNL teams that didn't qualify. And the Pink Bubble Team named after the charity that's supporting children suffering with cancer, so the tournament fees also going to that foundation, so playing for a really good cause here. The starting goalkeeper in Tomas Czech for Pink Bubble Team in number 34. Pink Bubble Team now with possession of this game. The Nepean Knights Alumni coming from Ottawa in Canada, from the city of Nepean in Ottawa, their first time as well. And we've got Keegan Horn in the net. Pink Bubble Team with the first shot of the game, saved by Horn. The Nepean Knights, they won the Ontario Junior B League 3 years ago, and then they went on to win the Nationals that year as well. So a team with lots of experience, coached by Jason Taz, who of course with links to the Belgian Axemen. Not sure if that's why their jersey colors are that way, or that might be the original colors, but I'll give you more information on that later. And now Nepean Knights Alumni with possession. And we got first penalty. That looks like a cross-check coming to the bench. Of course, short games here in this tournament, so Minez only being 1 minute. We're playing 2 quarters of 15 minutes at the Aleš Hřebeský Memorial Tournament. So this is the first game for the Pink Bubble Team of this tournament. Quite a late start for them. And with the Nepean Knights having played 1 game already in their pool play. Nick Bathia, Fred Hartley and Spencer Corkery all with a goal each. And here's another shot from Nolan Downey, number 15, from the Knights. Downey with the ball, with a fresh reset. Still up on that power, 25 seconds left on the power play. Swinging that ball well, and that's a shot. Misses target, off target. That, I also did believe that was a backing call, 95 powerless of the Pink Bubble Team gaining possession there, but getting it back into the crease, so we'll go back to the power play. This is Jane Lee Whitehead, joined here by Albert Lee Whitehead as well to bring you this game number 11, so already 10 games gone at this tournament on a very, very sunny field here in Prague. Really nice. I hope this stays like this for the next couple of days. Eh?
Yeah, beautiful sunny Radotín.
Pink Bubble Team here. Stedry with the ball. And of course, even now with the shot by 20 in Klitsch. Nepean Knights now marching his way through, and that's a shot and a goal. The first goal of the game from number 9, Carter O'Donnell in the Nepean Knights Alumni team. Really muscled his way through and managed to get a shot off.
Yeah, good transition play, knocks the player over. Good heads-up play to fake up times and put it near side. Really lovely finish.
Second phase controlled by number 88, Yakimchuk. Pink Bubble with possession. A lot of very familiar names on this Pink Bubble Team who might have played for other teams previously. And of course, as mentioned, the tournament fee is going to a really good cause. You can go and check Pink Bubble out at pinkbubble.cz for more information on that charity. Loose ball, calling for a loose ball push, and I think that is going to stay with the pink bubble team. See what they can do here with a fresh 30. The Nepean alumni just getting on, and a little bit of a missed pass there coming off the boards, and Tass on his way in. No numbers, basically going to take the shot anyway. Comes off the back of the boards of target, and that will go out of bounds, and the ball coming back to the pink bubble team.
Yeah, it's a lefty shot, wrong side on the transition, but there was a bit of a gap to aim for, just put it wide.
Yeah, I think there was a little bit of gap too, and just wide. And the score is still 1-0 up in the favour of Nepean.
Very packed in defence.
Yeah, and there's another shot from Nathan Wirs, number 12, off from 11, Jared Downey.
That's a number of opportunities in transition that the Nepean Knights have had. This one they pay, but really pushing the tempo against the pink bubble team.
Yeah, I think they managed to get some of the pink bubble defenders just to turn their heads and just move the ball quite quickly. Found a good look. Oh, just got it past Czech. Czech now coming out to corral that ball, to get it up to the offense, and finds it safely into the stick of Neshkuda. Here's Jack and Chop, someone's off as a club there. Nice fresh reset. Keegan Horn, the netminder for Nepean Knights, doing a great job so far, but pink bubble still with control of this possession. Cut through the middle. That will be a crease call. Keegan Horn able to stop that ball, sorry. Baffa bring it up to O'Connell. Over to Hartley and back up to Downey. The last scorer here, just wide on that shot. Still 13 seconds left on this possession. Pulling it really wide there, 7 going in. Hartley all the way in by himself. They still maintain possession. Can they get another shot of him in the last 3 seconds? And he does, and just wide. I think they had a number of, they didn't get a reset, but they still managed to get a couple of good shots off.
Yeah, really good heads-up play to get the ground ball off the boards, find the open player. Still a couple of seconds left. Those couple of seconds really matter in box-lacrosse.
Ball back with Strudry. Swing over to the righty side. Fisher. Under pressure, loads of pressure from Gasparetti, but gets his way anyway, gets a shot, and Horn just able to clamp that ball in. Lasembe here, not quite able to find Downey, but can Downey do something with it? Ooh, I thought his feet, were over the line.
Probably the right call.
I think he could have probably kept his feet over the line. I think he could have got away with not getting into a 10-second count.
He stopped the ball in the offensive half, then went back in second. So even though he didn't have possession, he did touch it.
And that just an unfortunate turnover. I think Babushik didn't quite see that stick of Downey in his way. But Downey able to get that one back after
didn't let the over and back call get in his head. They threw the ball straight to him, come down.
Didn't phase him at all. He just stood there, didn't he? He just said, okay, we'll take the ball back and get it back off you. And there is another goal then for the Nepean Knights alumni. Score now 3-0, and we just have 6 minutes left in this quarter. All this half, actually, in this tournament. Top 5 for a face-off win. There's 4 pink jerseys. And miss just one of Nepean, and the pink bubble team do come up with the ball. Just an unfortunate mishandle there, just going out of bounds. And the Nepean Knights will have the ball back.
Yeah, pink bubble team are going to want to try get a goal relatively soon. Three goals is nothing in box-lacrosse, but that 0 on the scoreboard is not going to make anyone feel good. A goal will just give them some confidence.
Yeah, Nepean Knights running with quite a short bench here, just 15 runners. I think 14 if I counted actually correctly, sorry. 14 runners with Keegan Horn, of course, in the net. They're doing a really good job so far.
Yeah, and pink bubble team's got a number of good Czech offensive players. Jan Fischer, for example, is great in offense. Just the shot's not, last few shots not quite hitting the target.
Yeah, but they're getting that off, and that was close. I wonder, that should be a reset, I think. Yeah, and they do get the reset, but they push the tempo anyway, and Fisher here almost getting that shot off.
That was a really good handle behind, but the problem is they picked the ball up and then went straight away to the middle. They got a reset.
Yeah.
Need to have the heads up, take your time, calm down.
I think perhaps rushing a little bit, as you said, 3 goals is really nothing in box-lacrosse, and we're still in the first half here.
But the problem is the longer you don't score, the more you get a bit itchy and you start to throw those passes.
Yeah, and there is, I think that was in the back, and there's a penalty coming. Can they get a goal though underneath? But no, they will stop time.
Yeah, checking from behind.
Stop
call.
the game, sorry, for that checking from behind call. Coming to the sin bin is number 3, Tobias. Yeah, checking from behind. That's just 1 minute. Of course, again, shortened penalty times here. And this will be the second power play from the Knights. Let's see what we have. Hartley controlling the tempo up top. Down to Downey. Seeing Nolan Downey going in, and there is a shot. I think that's Fred Hartley.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that fell in. It hit Seko on the chest.
Yeah.
They initially looked like the Nepean Knights were set up pretty far out, but suddenly a gap down the middle, ran straight down, got a big save, just somehow trickled through. I'm not sure quite what happened to the ball.
Yeah, those picks coming low to high. Hartley had loads of time and space to get that shot, and
just snuck through.
Yeah. And here we go. That's 4 for the Knights in this game, and another, shall I say, face-off win by Pink Bubble Team here. Let's see if they can control the pace a little bit on this possession. They've got black jerseys all over him, and they do get that turnover.
See, the Bubble Team thought he picked the ball up, so they sent 2 to the bench, and he was 1 against 5. Did really well to beat the first couple of players, but then that last one just managed to strip the ball.
Yeah, again, with a short bench, the Knights really applying that pressure onto Pink Bubble.
Well, I think that was more that the Bubble Team subbed to very quickly because they thought he won the ball. They were trying to get the offense out to help him, but they managed to get the ball back off the redefend. Get an offensive opportunity.
Pick and roll. Ooh, might want to keep that shot. And the Knights coming up with that ball there.
Not happy about that door opening on the bench.
I think Fisher tried to say something. Nothing from the refs, though. And there's a cross-crease pass. A lovely take by number 17, Corkery. And again, that's a lovely look. Swinging it to the right side and back to Corkery, but that's a clean save from Czech.
Yeah, and after that last goal, that's 2 really big saves that's going to make Czech feel infinitely better.
Yeah.
1 across crease, really good save, and then an outside shot. Held the ball, got the quad
Shedri just hitting one of his teammates. I think he was trying to swing the ball to the other side, but just a teammate in the way. But they still have control of this, and they did get a reset. And nice little twister attempt, just wide. And Knights will have it. And he's got a full head of steam there. Takes a shot. Tries to go 5-hole, but again, Czechow's there. I think he's lighting up now.
Yeah, like I said, those last 2 saves will give him the world of confidence after that one that trickled in. So that's 3 really strong saves, because that was a one-on-one opportunity for the Nepean Knights.
Yeah, Pink Bubble Team, they've had a couple of good looks, and here we go again on the lefty side. Is he going to swing the ball? He will swing the ball. Got a Mana X right now, but there's an outside shot, rip. Just wide. And can they get another one off? No, not quite. Oh, I think it wasn't quite wide. They did get a reset on that. And a little bit of pressure, but Jared Downey able to get away from that pressure. Sorry there. My apologies, I've been calling Downey, but there are 2 Downeys. There's Jared and Nolan Downey on the Knights team, so I will try and differentiate between the 2. And both of them on the floor right now. Look at that side, and Hartley already has something on the board here today. Let's see what he can do. And Downey, that's Nolan Downey trying to get the ball off to Jared Downey.
That's a really good heads-up play, realizing in 2 seconds. Twist the pass up top. somehow got a shot off, but didn't quite get the reset, and the pink bubble team taking their time to pick the ball up because they know they're less than 30 seconds. They don't want to use a timeout, so they want to make sure they've got less than 30 so they can get last shot.
Yeah, the shot clock almost identical to that game clock for the first half. Let's see if they can get a goal here, going to X, going up back the top, but they will run out of time.
Not sure what's happened there.
A little bit of confusion here because both the game clock and the shot clock was definitely showing still time left, but we did hear the
buzzer.
Buzzer, that's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, there were 8 seconds left. There were 6 and 5. They pulled the goalie. Not sure why the buzzer went, because neither the game clock on the shot clock or on the scoreboard showing as time over. So
correct. So that is very confusing for the bench. So I do wonder if they'll give some time back, but that would be quite unfortunate because they were on a good ball movement, rhythm. I think they were just about to line up for a shot as well, but that buzzer is quite off-putting. And
yeah, well, they were 6 and 5, but they put the goalie back out, so the goalie's sprint.
Yeah, the goalie's coming back out. We're going to have 7 seconds on the clock. So this, and he just shoots straight away and goes into the stick of Nepean Knights McDonald, and that would be it for the first half of this game between Pink Bubble Team and the Nepean Knights Alumni.
That's a really frustrating play at the end for the Bubble Team because they were on a good shooting opportunity. The buzzer, you know, can't deal with you just got to deal with what you dealt with when it comes to the scoreboard and the buzzers. But that's frustrating. They had an opportunity and they didn't quite capitalise on that 6 on 5 opportunity.
Yeah, let's see what they can do. Pink Bubble Team still scoreless. They've definitely had a lot of chances so far. They can't seem to find just the back of the net. They're in the Silver D group, so that's what we're bringing you for the 4:30, the 11th game for the Aleš Hřebeský Memorial 2026. Also in this group is Zbraslav. So very interesting lineups, and again, these kind of new teams, they've all kind of proven to be quite competitive. So it's going to be tough for those teams that are in those playing games, coming from gold and then going up from silver. A lot of real tests for these new teams coming up, but also tests for those long-standing teams that may have to play into these new teams. Any new teams that's caught your eye so far, Albi?
Well, I mean, obviously the Nimo Timbermen doing pretty well, but I think across the board, you're right. Across the silver pools, there's some strong teams. It's going to be very competitive. Dropping down from gold, as you say, there's going to be some hard playing games. Yeah,
Silver A, there was we just had St. Catherine's Saints Lacrosse Club also as well. The new teams, a lot of new names coming into the silver group. So stay tuned to see how these round robins pool games play out. And after a quick halftime, we are back. Just 10 seconds left in that halftime, and here we go again for the Silver D group plays between Pink Bubble Team and Nepean Knights Alumni. Pink Bubble Team's first game of the day, so it's quite a late time to have your first game, I think, in the tournament. So they're still trying to find their rhythm. And
yeah, positives and negatives to that. Nepean had their first game where they got a good win. Sorry, they lost against the Zbraslav, so a tough game. So they'll be dialed in. They're obviously in the lead at the minute.
The Pink Bubble Team with the first possession of the second half. And there will be a penalty coming. What was that? Probably a slash that hits the glove of Kieran Horn, and there is Czech getting his way to the bench.
That's frustrating because if they managed to get that ball off the boards as Czech was going to bench, the ball went over and back.
Yeah, but it did come off Horn. No?
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure. It did come off the goalie.
Yes,
they should have been reset.
So it should have been a reset. So they could have gone for the ball and had another possession. And as Czech was coming off to the bench, I could have had a...
Oh, actually, they're giving a penalty to the Bubble Team.
Yeah. Okay, that's why the whistle went. That would have been why, right?
Yeah, I thought that was a slash from Nepean Knights, so I'm not sure quite what
I
happened.
thought so too, because I thought they had a hand up in there. I thought they were letting play happen, but...
They did have a hand up.
Yeah. So actually, no, it is the other way. So the Knights up on their power play. Another one going down to Wiz up from Hartley up at the top. And check out of his cage at the moment, but Corkery there with possession again up to Hartley. Hartley swing over to the right side and a shot. And check out with a great save. And there is another penalty coming.
I was just about to say that is a very aggressive man-down defense, which was working really well.
Yeah.
Just unfortunately got a penalty because it completely killed a lot of their opportunity to score. I imagine it's going to be a hold. Can't see.
So that's 2 down for the pink bubble team. Here we go on the first 5v3 of this game. Hartley now coming down to help Corkery on the left side. And we've just got Bafia holding up top for any transition break. So 4v3 in Radotín, and we find that cross crease pass and Corkery not able to handle it. But back up to Hartley, still with possession with the Knights. And now it will be a 5v4, so will Bafia inch in a little bit? No, it was a reset, so they do have 25 seconds, and there Bafia goes into the middle, setting some pigs on the inside for the pink bubble team. It's a little bit
scrappy from the Nepean,
yeah.
But that's come from the pink bubble team playing really aggressive man-down defense, and they've almost killed the 2 penalties without conceding a goal, which is really strong. And they have killed both those penalties.
Yeah.
Really good man-down defense from the pink bubble team.
So we are back to even. Pink bubble team doing a great job, and check out at the back as well, making some great saves. And just getting fresh legs back on for the Knights. I'm not sure if you can really say fresh, they don't have very many runners, but Palas there looking for some help. Woods all over that, but pink bubble team able to maintain possession. Man coming over the crease, and there's a shot over the shoulder of Horn.
Yeah, I said they had some good offensive players in Jan Fischer, and he sneaks from behind, good heads-up play to pass it behind, but he took his time, waited for the keeper to commit, and then found the
just that little bit of hesitation, and Horn did drop a little bit, and Fischer just managed to find that tiny gap over her shoulder.
Yeah, I mean, once Horn goes to his knees, it's really hard for him to recover, so he took his time and then just dunked over
and
top.
he's very
nice
far
finish.
out, actually, as well, so loads of space for Fischer, and pink bubble team get their first on the board. Tobias fighting for that ball, and that will be a loose ball push, I believe.
Loose push by Black, so pink ball. And that goal's going to feel really good after killing that 2 penalties, really aggressive, get a nice finish, and now they're back in the game.
10 minutes 50 left on the clock for the remainder of the game. Pink bubble team find a man open in the middle. Are not quite able to get it past Horn. And Horn with 2 back-to-back saves. And another shot by Foytu. And now pink bubble team will be able to get their power play here. Let's see what and who that was on.
Yeah, 3 good opportunities there, but the first
Everyone
2 shots
was a
straight
reset,
in the chest.
wasn't it? Yeah.
They were good opportunities. I'm not sure they knew they had a delay penalty, so they might have pulled it out, but they were good shots.
So we have Brody O'Connell coming in. Apologies, I wasn't quite looking at the ref signals there, but it will be a minor for O'Donnell. And here is Pink Bubbles power play. Fischer up at the top. Yakinchuk down to Fischer. Again, using X, getting it through, and that is a save for Horn. And now the Knights will just want to kill this down. Of course, again, only just over one possession. Tries a BTB, helmet coming off there. And there is a penalty coming, but that was quite a late whistle, wasn't it?
It was a late whistle. I'm not sure he knew where the ball was. Well, I thought they might have tried to kill the penalty, but no, he looked like he was about to go to goal. He went for a BTB shot.
Yeah.
Dropped the ball and then got cross-checked in the neck. So luckily he gets that penalty, so we'll be going 4-on-4.
There'll be we're scoring that a cross-check, so that will be a 4v4.
Yeah, I mean, if you're cross-checking someone, their helmet's coming off, you've probably done something naughty.
I would argue that your helmet shouldn't be coming off.
It shouldn't be, but it came off, so that means that's a bad penalty.
So Corkery there, but Pink Bubble Team managed to come up with it. And technically they are even still, 4v4 for another 15 seconds. Will they get another shot off here? Czech coming with a shot, but not getting past. And Pink Bubble Team getting fresh legs on. They will be a player down now as O'Connell is released from the penalty box.
Yeah, that was a nice shot. It was a similar shot to the one before, but the goalie for the Nepean Knights.
Oh,
and a goal.
I don't know how that went in. And a very quick goal from Nathan Woods. Let's see the replay here.
They did not take their time at all on the power play. Get the ball down low, throw it behind, and it looks like a dunk opportunity. Oh, no,
no, I think it was well above that goal line, actually, but...
Yeah, creeping around.
Yeah, creeping around, and yeah, he just had too much room.
Yeah, hit the right leg, snuck in. That's a frustrating one to concede. So quick into the power play as well.
Yeah, that's a lovely cross-crease look, though, to Nathan Woods. And Pink Bubble team fighting hard for this face-off and with possession. That's a great hustle play from Tobias. And there's another shot. And for the Pink Bubble team, they get themselves on the board from Yakimchuk.
They're second on the board. They get their second on the board.
Yeah, the second on the board.
That's a really good response. Really strong play just to attack the middle, because the Nepean Knights were sat back. They weren't putting pressure. Come over the top, slam it 5-hole. Good response from the Pink Bubble team. Yeah,
and that's just good gritty play from Jan Tobias there off that face-off on that loose ball. And again, just 3 goals in it, which isn't much. They've still got 7 minutes 44 to play. And Pink Bubble team coming up with another face win. Stedry looking for some options here. Stanek's there at the top, under a little bit of pressure, but Stanek going over to help. Klitsch on the loose ball, see if he can come up with it. Shavelka also there to help as well. Ball still loose on the ground, and the possession clock will run out. Pink Bubble team manages to get their defense well out in time.
Yeah, the ball got stuck a little bit on the lefty side, and then the pass didn't go across, so they subbed very early. Knew they were going to fight for the ground ball, put the fence out, rather take that than concede a goal potentially. Harry Osler
down to Fred Hartley, who takes a shot. And Corkery trying to muscle his way through 2 players, but not sure where the ball was, and that's number 15, Nolan Downey, with that shot. I think some defenders just got a bit caught up there by Corkery as he was moving that ball, and he just had so much time.
Yeah, 2 players went
space.
There were 3 players low, but 2 players went for the double team. Someone was free, and that's a really nice step down. Goalie completely misread the direction of the shot.
Not really sure if he actually even really saw that.
Well, I mean, it's a step down shot that he had lots of time and room to shoot.
Now the Nepean Knights pulling it a little bit further with 4 goals ahead, but Tobias with another face-off win. He's been great on that face today. Drizal looking for some options in Holinka, and he does. Holinka does pass. I thought that he might have just made it, but they're going to call a 10-second count on that. Bafio with the ball again for the Knights. And Hartley finding Corkery, and there's a shot, but Chekhov with a great stop. Hartley and Corkery just been really effective on this, and finding Corkery again with an underhand shot there by Corkery, going wide. And Knights still with possession. It's pretty much been Hartley and Corkery, the only 2 black jerseys that were down at that end, but Nathan was also joining them.
Yeah, they'd already subbed. They'd put someone back. They thought they were going to lose the ball, but they've turned it back over, and they got a fresh 30. 4 goals up.
And they'll fight for that loose ball. See if they can try and trickle those couple of seconds left. And Pink Bubble team, doesn't matter. Pink Bubble team get the ball anyway. And Poira getting the ball down safely into the stick of the Pink Bubble team. Less than 5 minutes in this half. Fisher got a goal to his name already in this game. Shag there, just jump over the crease for a shot. Goes straight into the stick of Harry Osler, who's got a clean space in front of him. He takes a shot, but Chekhov with a great save.
There's 2 good saves from the goalies. Horn, since he conceded that dunk over the top, has been matched at all the shots, managed to make himself big. Nothing over the top since then.
Pleshmate to Nishkuda, back to Fischer. Takes a shot. Easy save for Horn, but Pink Bubble Team managed to get a reset. Great work from Yashchuk, just to keep an eye on the ball. There, and again, we see there's a lot in the stick of Fischer that came off the keeper. Ooh, not sure if they realized, but Czech are coming all the way out.
Yeah,
and I do think that it was too many. Yeah, I actually think they had 7.
They did have 7, but one went off.
7, yeah. I mean, Czech, what a great effort for him to come that far. I don't know if it was the missed comms from the Pink Bubble Team, not realizing that came off the leg pads.
No, it came off the leg pads. I think
but no one chased that ball.
Not sure why the offense subs, really. I think the Nepean Knights weren't trying to sub. They weren't trying to go for the ball, so Pink Bubble could have got it. Checkout came out,
but he had no option, so I think he was just trying to get it over the line, but either way, that would be a too many men call for the Pink Bubble Team.
It came from the decision to sub. Not sure why the offense subbed like that.
Nathan Woods looking at Nolan Downey. Downey hitting the chest of Chekhov, and I think that was Woods with a great pickup. And what a great look! And
that is an outrageous pass by the keeper. Great save from the Nepean goalie.
And props to Chekhov for finding that to the stick of Stedry. What a great heads-up play, and actually it wasn't that far wide either.
No, and I think everyone in the arena wanted that to go in because that was a really good clear from the goalie. Lovely shot, just wide.
Joe Danny just slowing this down for the Nepean Knights. Chekhov, I thought, just managed to get there, but 5-hole slightly open, and I believe that is Nolan Downey with that goal.
Yeah,
on that power play.
It's frustrating for the Pink Bubble Team. They've played well. Just a couple of these shots is just sneaking in somehow. It looks like a bounce shot almost.
Yeah, I mean, you know, not to take it away from the Nepean Knights.
No, playing well.
Yeah, they're moving the ball really quickly. There's great ball movement. And great shooting from them as well, making it hard for Chekhov. And I have to say, Pink Bubble Team have really done well on these face-offs. And they have taken the shots. And that one sneaks in. Mikhail Bambushek on a little sneaky shot from the outside.
Yeah, lovely sidearm shot. He snuck around from X, got the ball, shot around the screen, far side. That's a really well-placed shot.
Yeah, very, very well placed. And Pink Bubble Team not giving anything up here with 1.5 minutes to go, just about. And stop time here now for this game. That's going to be early for the Pink Bubble Team. So Nepean Knights coming up with a face for this time. Let's see if they decide to push on this. We're already 4 goals up. The score now 7-3 in favor of the Nepean Knights alumni.
Yeah, I think they're going to be playing, use the 30, late shot, hopefully get a reset. No, they got a bit early, but managed to get the ball. Going to look for a reset, but they're up by 4 goals with just under 1 minute, so not going to be any rush to go to goal.
Corkery under pressure. O'Connell trying to take that shot around his player, but does get blocked. And another great look and a twister attempt. Just again wide from Nishkuda there.
I think that's been 2 saves by Horn. I think both, that looked like the goalie got the glove on that.
Yeah, and you know, Pink Bubble Team actually, the last couple of possessions they've had have been, you know, that transition push has been great. Perhaps a little bit late on in the game, just with less than 1 minute to go now, but they'll have one more possession here, where at least one more, but that's going into the 6th of the Nepean Knights alumni team there.
And that's where the frustration comes from, some of those goals that just snuck in, because they've had some good opportunities, and this could easily be a 1-goal game if those hadn't snuck in and they put a couple away. Both teams playing very well.
Yeah, and that was Fischer on stopping that reverse transition, managed to get the ball back for a 10-second count. Tries to muscle his way into the middle, not quite there. And shot clock and game clock, again, almost identical.
Yeah, no one going for the ground ball. They know the game's done.
Yeah. and that will be game for this Silver D round-robin game between the Pink Bubble team and Nepean Knights. First-timers for both of these teams. And that will be Nepean Knights ending on their pool play with 1 win and 1 loss. So that was a great game from them. And Pink Bubble team, of course, that was their first game of this tournament. So I think they had some real good takeaways and really great moments in that game to get them going into tomorrow for the next game.
Yeah, and the Nepean Knights had a short bench, so they managed to run really well with that. I think they built up a lead, managed to hold on it, and that was the difference. Like I say, a couple of shots that went in that maybe shouldn't have gone in against the Pink Bubble team. A couple of those change, a couple of those breakaway opportunities, and it could be a very different game. But Nepean Knights coming away with the victory. And
well, thanks
both
for
teams
joining.
Will be pretty happy.
Yeah, so thanks for joining us for this silver pool play game. We are bringing you another silver group game just after this. Thank you for joining us. That was Jane and Albie Lee Whitehead on this glorious day at the Aleš Hřebeský Memorial. Stay tuned.
Hello, it's Jim Veltman. I'm in Radotín City at the Aleš Hřebeský Memorial Tournament. I want to encourage everybody in the lacrosse world in North America, Europe,